Alright, what's up guys? So following up on the last video where I worked on the springs, I did some little testing on my own and ended up changing the tire pressures all around. So I went down one click all around. This just seemed to really help them out. Just give me a little bit more grip. It seemed just a little overinflated before. It was kind of sliding around too much, so with the tire pressures, it's really a matter of how it feels for me. Like I like to get in the general area of 180 to 190 right now, kilopascals. But for me, tire pressure has always been a feeling thing. You know, I'll get close and then I'll just take it down a click all around and see how that feels. If that feels better, and then go with it, you know. Or if that doesn't, then I'll go the other way. And if it starts feeling like it's getting too soft, then I'll stiffen it up. And it's really just how it feels. And then the other thing I did was added wing setting 2 here, just to give us some more stability going through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, pretty much half of the corners around here, just give us some more stability in the rim. Still got pretty good top speed, but what I want to test now is doing a hole 2 wing setting versus Gurney Flap. So I'd bring this down to 1, but first I need to, since it's been a day since I did the wing and tire pressure changes, I need to run some laps, get the feeling of the car again. Check out the weather real quick. Actually the coolest weather I've been in all week. 38 degrees on the track. I mean, it's not super cool, but it's just the coolest I've been in all week. Nope. Go out, run some laps, get used to the car. What's up, Gustav? Then we'll do that wing change and see how different it feels. Again, this wing change is along the same lines as the tire pressure change. It's just, you know, go ahead and see what it change it, see what it feels like. If it feels, if it's better, then keep it. If it's not, then get rid of it. Just gotta get my monitors all set up. And the Gurney Flap is just another way to add more downforce to the car. And in theory, it doesn't use quite as much drag versus the downforce gain as you would if you just had a bigger wing. But it's just, you really just got to test it out in this situation, because this isn't exactly the real world. And then it also helps if you have a wing with a lot of, I'm not sure if this plays a factor in iRacing either, but if you have a wing with a high angle of attack, that Gurney Flap, when you have a real high angle of attack, you start to lose lift. That's why planes stall. And putting a Gurney Flap on there allows you to have that same high angle of attack, but not lose the lift. You start to get lift back at just as the way the air flows around the airfoil. So that's something to keep in mind when you got a lot of wing. And again, I don't know if iRacing allows you to put so much angle of attack in the wings where it starts to cause a stall effect on them. Bottom line, it just adds more downforce. How much more exactly compared to one tweak of the wing? It's hard to say. I will do a little testing here where I do about 5 laps and then come in and then put the wing the other way and then see exactly how it's different in this situation. Right now, I just need to get up to speed. Some good laps in. I get a nice solid comparison between the two wings, especially like, you know, straight line speed, and then how does it affect the car through the corners too. Yeah, with the increase or decrease in tire pressure, the car just feels a lot more planted now. And I did it in 2 stages. I did the wing first, and then I did the decrease in tire pressure. So I know the rear wing did make the car more stable, but also when I took that click the tire pressures out of the tires all around, that really helped stabilize the car. Honestly, for this test, it'd probably be better to do this in a testing server so I wouldn't get any aerodynamic advantages from other cars in front of me. I'll just try and have to stay away from other cars for right now. Help me get that solid baseline. Since what setup are you talking about there, racing? I've definitely been changing the car every day. The latest setup is on the forums. Again, that 47-second range for sure. But I don't know if those are with drafts or not. The draft does really help out here. Since the first video, I put stiffer rear springs in it, put a click rear wing up on it, and took the tire pressures down a click. I'd actually do a little 5-lap run here, bring it back in, do another quick little like 3-lap run with, now I'm kind of a little warmed up with this setup, and then go to the other wing setup. Because you know how I always talk about first come in, haven't driven all day, a couple days, whatever. You get warmed up, you come back in, you can go back out with the same exact setup that you just warmed up with and just kill your previous lap times because you're just more warmed up now and you got better tires. So same thing going on here, so I'll just try to do one more lap here, pull it in, and then do another 3-4 laps or so.
Thanks. 48.4.
I'll practice my pit entry this lap, my pit stop in my box. I'm up 2/10 on my best lap right now, but I'm sure I'll be able to better that when they come back out. Actually, might as well just go and do a full pit stop, get new fuel and tires, kind of practice sitting there and exiting. Yeah, it doesn't look like we'll be able to do that. It's kind of hard to find a spot to pick for pit entry there. Alright. So, let's take the same exact set we got. Go back out. Oh, doing work because I didn't reset the car. Alright. We got the same exact set. Just gonna try and get the most out of it right now in this situation. Actually gonna let that Ford just kind of get far away from me right now. I don't want to be behind anybody.
What, mate?
Is there kind of laps we can do here? Hang on. Hopefully I don't catch that BMW too quick. Looks like I'm gonna be right behind him though. So it's better just being a private server when I try and test this kind of stuff. I don't want to get close to him. Back off this lap.
It's covered.
Yeah, that's where I'm at pretty much right now, PNS Racing. I'm just trying to, well, it looks like he just wrecked on that corner, so, no, he didn't.
Get book and set up in the NBA.
But yeah, it's kind of where I'm just trying to learn some new things and doing a little experimenting. This is a really good track to figure out how different the Gurney Flap is to like one adjustment of wing change. So, take this opportunity to try and learn that a little bit better. Yeah, right.
54.15.
Being too conservative in turn 6 right now. I lost a 10th through there.
Front in front. I don't know where to go.
Up half a second. So that's a good example that whatever 5th, 4th lap I was on the previous run, I was up 2/10, but right now I'm up half a second, so that's a good example. Just not getting warmed up and going back out there, you can run faster laps. Good exit off of that corner. Looks like we'll be about 6/10 up by the time we get to the line. In that 47-second bracket. There we go.
47.83.
Yeah, I mean, there we go. So now we've laid down a good baseline with this. The Gurney, I'll put a link when I upload this video to website. Does a pretty good job explaining the Gurney Flap, but I'll show you on the car where in theory the Gurney, because unfortunately on iRacing it doesn't video. One day I have faith iRacing will fix this, but right now it ain't gonna happen, I don't think. Alright, so focusing on the wing of the car, right along this, where's my mouse? Okay. So right along this edge right here is where the Gurney Flap goes. And what it is just a 90-degree piece of carbon fiber, metal, whatever, and it sticks, it's perpendicular to this leading edge right here. So it just sticks straight up. That just causes a little bit different airflow over the airfoil. It basically causes this to even go slower, the top to go even slower. The airflow over the top to go slower, so it will create just a little bit more downforce. Now from what I've read up on, it says it doesn't create a lot of drag versus the downforce it creates, but that's why we're just gonna test it right now to see. I'm thinking it's just maybe a smaller increment of rear downforce change. So let me go into wing settings. I'm thinking taking this is of a greater order of magnitude, this adjustment, than taking this up one click. But that's what we're going to test right now. So now we'll go from a 2 to a 1. We'll bring this up. So we laid the wing back a little bit more, but now we've put a Gurney Flap on there. So we'll see just exactly how much. I guess that's the biggest thing for me to figure out is how much more downforce does it create and in what situations does it create it. From what I've read up on it, basically just it's a holistic change. It really doesn't affect like slow speed stuff when it does high speed stuff. But easiest way to see when the adjustment does is test it. It's the only way to really find out what it does. Should be able to tell you pretty soon how different the rear end feels. You should be able to start finding out. Here, I'll actually do this for everybody else so you can see. There's this session lap when we're on straightaways, which one's better or which one's worse. This doesn't really count. Kind of need to figure it out on the second lap when we get similar tire pressures. Usually when you're starting off, you have a little bit slower straightaway speed the first lap or two. It felt pretty interestingly good through there, but we have brand new tires, so don't get too excited. Lap, so turn some laps, see how it feels. Now, even if I am working on a better lap this first lap and we'll sandbag it so you can still keep that old relative. Just on the third lap to really see what the difference is in straight line speed. Right now it looks like we're still losing a little straight line speed compared to the previous wing setup. Here's a corner I can make up some time in. I'd say it feels like it has just slightly better rotation right now. Front end seems to want to turn just a little bit more. That might be because we just don't have quite as much weight on those rear tires. We're working with probably a little bit less downforce. At the same time, straight line speed really isn't showing that we're running less downforce yet. Or creating less drag with that Gurney Flap versus the one wing. Right now, the Gurney Flap's creating more drag. We'll see. This lap will be the true test. Yeah, looks like there's just a little more drag with this Gurney Flap. It's looking pretty inconsequential right now, though. Broke a little too late, but the car kind of bailed me out. I just still lost all that time through there. Right now, it just, I mean, the change seems pretty minor. Almost seems like they're equal in this situation. I can't really see anything that's different other than how the car feels. I'm gonna have to go back with the other wing. I'm gonna do like probably 3 more laps, and I'll go back with the other adjustment just to See if I can really feel a difference or not. If there is a difference, where is it? Which one's more beneficial?
48.18.
Dude, right now I'm losing a lot of time. Ah, horrible corner. See, now I want to run a good lap with this setup, so when I go back I can test out the wings again. Can't run a good lap if I mess up the corner. Two more laps and then we'll go back with the other setup and try it again. Yeah, this is 38 degrees Celsius, so it's definitely cooler weather than normal. It's been normal this week. It's interesting, this week the weather seems to kind of be staying around similar range. I haven't got any big overcast skies or any cold weather yet. Like, this is the coldest, like 38 degrees, and that's still not even really that cold. It's like around 100 on the track, something like that. Alright, let's focus this next lap, see if we can get another good lap here. Yeah, someone in here ran 46, so
48.79.
Yeah, fast. Definitely seems like this Gurney Flap slower in a straight line. This is a pretty big loss right here. Almost lost about half a tenth. That is not inconsequential. Lost about another, I mean, we've lost a tenth overall so far, combined on these two straights. Got through there as good as I can get through there. I mean, that felt pretty good as far as balance, but we're still losing time. Lost another half a tenth, so now we're about down a tenth and a half total. Just on straight line speed. I lost about 2/10 that lap. I gotta work on pit entry. Alright. Well, gonna go back. Don't know how my car's got damaged. Well, that's an interesting development. That might mean that might have been what was slowing me down. So now I have to go run more laps because I had damage on the car and I'm not quite sure. You have to test that out. You can't just not drive. How much time do we got left in here? Got plenty of time. Because now you don't know if the damage was causing the drag or was it just the drag of the wing. So now we gotta test it out. Let these guys go behind me. Try and get a nice big gap. Do about 3 laps. Probably happened when I went off in between 6 and 7. Got some air. Because that's enough damage to cause the drag that I was seeing, so can't just ignore that when you see stuff like that. Just gonna do 3 laps here, make them good ones, and then bring it back in. Starting to get too many cars on track now, unfortunately. Again, this is something I should be testing on my own private server anyway, so it's my own fault. Does look like we're still giving up time though. 3 laps just to really be sure we got the tires up to the proper temps. Pretty sure the tires are up to the similar temps that they were up to before. Looks like we're losing a little time right now.
Keep an eye open. Stay on your toes.
See here, we came out of that corner faster, gaining time, but now we're losing it again. This next lap will tell us all we need to know if I can run a good one. Really good exit out of here. We're gaining time, we're gaining time, we're gaining time, we're gaining time. We're starting to lose time. Ooh.
47 point gain.
Still gaining time. But we're slowing down how fast we're gaining time. Ah. Not the best corner. Yeah, I think that damage was causing. We're still losing time. We're about ready to start picking up on that draft there on the end. Alright. Definitely losing time with Gurney Flap like that, but now I'm just gonna go back and see how this feels again. So I'm mostly paying attention to the feel of the car and then of course our straight line speed. And now because I've got a pretty good gauge of what the straight line speed was versus this relative bar or delta screen we got going right now. Since we're still going off the same base lap, I'll be able to understand a little bit more the speed of this car versus that car, just based off how this car reacts to the delta bar. And again, I'm also paying attention to the balance of the car, how that feels. Here's a good example. I mean, it's the same exact setup that we ran this Delta time with, best lap time with, but you see we're losing time on the straight, and that's just because tires aren't up to pressure yet. Bad corner. Yeah, really good exit. See if it starts to slow down. Just staying even, which is what you expect since we got the same exact set. Here in the red.
47.96.
And honestly, it feels like exactly the same thing, really. I think I'm just gonna stick with this setup. I don't know. It feels exactly the same, but maybe this is just a hair quicker in the straight line. But really, in the end, I don't think it's gonna matter. They feel almost identical to me. Now it might be different when we get more angle attack on the wing. I might have the Gurney Flap might have a greater effect. If you put it on when the wing has more angle of attack, so maybe it just really doesn't make that big a difference when you got such a low wing on the car. We'll do a little racing now. We've been testing for a while. Now we got that draft effect.
47.76.
Have us a little fun. I'm just gonna keep the wing the way it was.
Front you, front you, front you.
So I don't see any reason to change it.
Left side. Clear if you need it. On your right. Still there. Clear.
hit this lap and call it a video. Definitely keep experimenting with the Gurney Flap at like higher wing levels, because like I was saying earlier in the video, what I read up on, if you have a high angle attack on the wing, you can actually start to lose downforce, and by putting the Gurney Flap on there, it actually helps you regain downforce that you lost just by changing the airflow
Middle of the track.
over the airflow. I think I'm pretty much done messing with the car for the start doing some racing. Yeah, let's see if we can nail this pit stop down. It's pretty good. Alright, so let's look at tire pressures real quick. Even though I didn't do a lot of laps. I didn't really do any laps. Alright, so I didn't really change anything, but did at least you guys saw how I'll test out an adjustment. Try and see if it's, you know, better or not, and to do it the, you know, best way possible with really trying to get solid results out of it, so you actually know. But I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.